Hey guys, what's up? It's Shade here, and today we're gonna be reviewing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, yes, Assassin's Creed Odyssey review is finally coming out after months and months and months of me saying it's almost ready, almost done, it's close, whatever. It's finally done, and it's now on YouTube. Woohoo! So, the reason why I've been putting off this game for so long is because I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't like it. I definitely prefer other Assassin's Creed games other than this one. It's not my favorite. Um, and I like most other Assassin's Creed games, but this one is just bad. Now, this game does have a lot of potential because Greece is a really good place to set an Assassin's Creed game. Once this game came out, I was really happy to find out that that it was in Greece. And of course, Spartans, Athenians, Peloponnesian War, all that stuff. And I was just really happy because I'm a major history nerd, and classical Greece was one of my favorite time periods to learn about in school. And to experience classical Greece in an Assassin's Creed game was just, amazing. But this story is muddled. It's not good. It's hard to follow in places, which is most of it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the story right now. But we're going to go talk about gameplay for a second. All right? The gameplay is okay at best and non-enjoyable at the worst. Ubisoft takes more of an open world RPG outlook on this game. It's got combat like you would find in, I don't know, something like the new Dungeons and Dragons game that came out, even though I haven't played it, but I've seen a little bit of it. Of course, it's basically just a hack and slash parry every now and then thing. It's not fun. I don't like it. It's hard, not hard in a bad way, but hard in a okay way. I don't know, the combat just is not good. Now, this game takes more of a Destiny-esque gear system, as you can see right now, and that axe I'm looking at does over 1,000 damage, and you just feel really overpowered throughout the rest of the game, and it's dumb. I don't like that. The feeling of overpoweredness once you finish a game, sure, that's fine, but while you're playing through the story, you want a challenge, If you're not a fan who put the game on easy mode, then you want a challenge, like I did. But I didn't really get that challenge except for some certain places and boss fights. But, combat is... we're just gonna put that as an okay, It's not really that fun, but it works. So, I guess it's okay. Now, the RPG elements of these games that have been put in recently, like Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I actually am in the process of playing through right now. I've got footage for it, so once I finish it, I will make the video on it. But I'm also not going to put in my thoughts about the Assassin's Creed Valhalla so far. But this game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey specifically, because I haven't played Origins, it makes stealth non-viable anymore. in a game literally called Assassin's Creed about assassins, killing people in the dark and stealth, it makes stealth a non-viable option. If if you go into a certain place where enemies are at your level or even just like 2 levels above, stealth isn't really an option at all. You have to find certain abilities to even make it optional, well, to even make it viable, and even then you need like literally a full adrenaline slot. And if you don't have that, then screw you. You're not gonna be able to kill anything with stealth attacks. You just gotta go in guns a-blazing, whatever. And they're just like there are too many enemies. Just like going around the world, you'll find hunters or whatever, mercenaries that just walk around and they're like arrow sponges. They're just that. They're just arrow sponges for you to beat up. And I don't like that. It sucks. Also, the fact that there's the Templar Order has been a thing throughout every Assassin's Creed game, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey is no exception.
I should be careful.
But the game literally makes killing that order mandatory. Why? There are whole quest steps around that. You kill someone literally almost every mission, or like most missions in late game. It's like it's just shoving it down your throat. Why? Alright. So now I'm gonna take the rest of the time, like 10 minutes, to talk about the story and how bad it is. Okay, so you first start out the game with a sequence where you actually fight as Leonidas in the Battle of Thermopylae, which, if you don't know what that is, it's the Battle of 300, where 300 Spartans, including King Leonidas, fought against a whole army of around 5,000 Persians, and they killed about 3,000 of them, which was a lot. A lot for only 300 Spartans. Now, after that, you kind of wake up as Cassandra or Alexios, depending on who you pick, and you find out that you're just a mercenary, just someone who kills for money, and that's it, But you are a Spartan, which is cool because Sparta's awesome and was the most progressive territory in Greece because of certain reasons I'm not going to say because I need time to talk about the story. And that's pretty much all you go by for the first part of the story. You meet a guy who sends you somewhere to do stuff, and then this whole story element thing rockets off from there into just a mess. But Cassandra, well, I chose Cassandra for this, as you can probably tell. Cassandra has a flashback which kind of muddles the story even more. It's her as a child, and you find out that some kind of prophecy about her has been said about by the Oracle, and the Templar Order, or as they're called, the Cults of Cosmos in Odyssey, they force Cassandra and Alexios' mother and father to throw them off a cliff to their death, but Cassandra survives, and she's like 6 at the time, and Alexios is literally like a newborn baby, which is kind of messed up. Why would you throw a newborn baby off a cliff? You know. So, but the mother, being a mother, begs their father not to throw them off the cliff, but he does anyway because he's afraid of the cult. And you find out that, you know, Cassandra survives. Um, now, you start the game off in you actually start the game off in a place called Kefalonia. And that's pretty much the place where you spend the first maybe 5 hours. Yep. 5 hours of that. But the rest of the story can be chalked up to Cassandra wants to find her mother, but runs into her father, and daddy issues ensues. Blah blah blah. Father decides to tell Cassandra that her mother is still alive. So Cassandra looks for her, ends up finding her, while along the way meeting big historical figures like Socrates, Sophocles, Aristophanes, um, Pericles, so on and so forth. Um, Hippocrates, Hippocratic Oath guy. And that's pretty much how it goes until you find her mother. She's a pirate. And boom. You know. That's it. Then you get taken to an Isu forge, I think it's called. Just literally exploring around because the quest tells you to, and you meet your actual father, who is, I forgot his name, but he carries the staff of Hermes, I think it's called, but I'm not sure. And that kind of makes him immortal. And, more muddled story. If you want a really detailed analysis of it, you can look it up for yourself. But, this is my overview of it. But I'm not even gonna put in the real world stuff because there's basically nothing there to talk about. It's just go somewhere, do something, more muddled story stuff, whatever. But Cassandra gets these Isu artifacts, a few apples of Eden, which are these orbs that can control minds, if you don't know. And she takes them to her father, her actual father, and she is forced to kill him for some reason. So she takes the staff, becomes immortal, and meets up with your present day character, Layla, because she's immortal, and she appears in a power suit, because why not? And yeah, it's just weird. It's the story is bad. It's it's all over the place, and I hate it. I don't want to play this game. I don't like it. Which is why I was planning on actually making this video around 25 minutes, but I made it only 17 because I only wanted to play as much of this game as I have to. And I think I can cram this review all into 17 minutes. Now, also a little announcement before we go on. I will actually be reviewing Final Fantasy 15. If you don't know what that game is and you're not familiar with the Final Fantasy franchise, I will go more into detail with once the review comes out. But just look it up. It's a fun game. I like it. There's a lot to do, and yeah. But back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. There's just um, it's just not fun. There's so much wasted potential. This game could have been great, but the RPG elements were too much. The story is just bad. And all around, just. It's not good. I really wanted this game to be good. Going into it, I had high expectations because Origins was so critically acclaimed to be amazing. That I was like, okay, maybe Ubisoft hit the jackpot with this. But no. No, they didn't. They kind of just threw this historical setting in the trash with Odyssey. And, like, it gives you so much stuff to do. I will look into my quest log, and I am just bombarded with quests, and that's not fun. Let me discover these, instead of just throwing them in my face.
I don't want
That's what I'd rather do. And, like, what was I gonna say? It gives the loot system is broken, like not broken as in it's broken, but it gives you too much stuff. My inventory is literally filled with just random shit. I don't use, just blue armor, green armor, whatever. It it's just full of it. Like, why? But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this game. I don't like it. If I had to rate it, out of the Assassin's Creed games, I'd give it around a 3 or yeah, 2 or 3. All right. Well, yeah, that's all for me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, that's why I don't like this game. Goodbye.